Jamal Musiala won the Players' Young Player of the Year, but only 2 of our players made the team of the season and were the only non-Liverpool players. So this is the ultimate goal for me, Ralph and Eric, defeating Liverpool. And as great as this beautiful bold man is, he isn't a miracle worker. There is simply too much dead wood and I'm really struggling to sell them. And so I need Ralph's help. Let's sell them all. Our biggest weakness is fullbacks, and let's face it, Ronaldo's days are numbered. After offering out all the dead wood, we accept bids for Lindelof, Alex Telles, Maguire, Dijon Bernard, Levitt, Iqbal and Cambuala. Another 7.5 million bid accepted for Ethan Laird, but Everton wanted me to pay over 100k a week for them to take Martial. Get out of it. Finally, Maguire is going, and to Tottenham too, which is hilarious. Telles rejected Norwich though, who can blame him? But Lindelof packed his bag and goes to Arsenal. I asked Ralph for his suggestions in a left back and he gave me 3 options. Luke Thomas is the best of the bunch, but half of our budget. Malacia is a great option and only £30 million max. And he still looks really good. Feyenoord accepted a bid of £30.5 million, and Leeds then also made a bid, so we need to make sure we give Malacia what he wanted. Anything under 100k is cheap considering we were paying Phil Jones almost double that. We nailed Bruno Fernandes down to a new contract and said goodbye to Laird and Dylan Levitt, and we now have £150 million for transfers. I then asked Ralph for a striker option and he gave me 3 options including Raspadori. I looked on the market myself, but for the price, nobody was just this good. Dijon Bernard then left and another £8 million added, and a £75 million bid was finally accepted for Raspadori. Arsenal and Spurs then both bid for Kamara, which I rejected. He's still young, very good at 2 positions, and played 30 games in the league last year, and we need him. And then the Malacia deal was then completed. And we're just halfway through the transfer window, but let me tell you about today's sponsor, Spitch. Yes, Spitch are the brand new fantasy footballing app to the market, and I know the season has now ended, but now's no better time to join Spitch. You see, if you join my community league, there's 2 links at the top description. The first one is to join Spitch free of charge. The second one is to join the community league. We can start off the season because remember, it starts quite early and we can have a full season in the community league battling out against each other. If you're from the UK, Germany or Austria, Spitch is available for free right now for all of those countries, and you can still win some cash prizes. So you do have to be 18 years of age or over. But the best bit about Spitch is that there is unlimited transfers. You can field a brand new team every single week, and you can battle it out against myself and my dad and 70 plus others, and we can start out the brand new Premier League season from fresh and see who wins the season. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting me and following on with Spitch, and thank you to Spitch for sponsoring today's video. Midfielder Luka Sucic then rejected us and went to Liverpool. Arsenal came back for Kamara for £40 million but didn't like my negotiation techniques. And after 2 years of the rumours, I'm finally tempted by young Declan Rice. And a bid of £58 million was accepted. 5-year contract, 125 grand a week was the magic number. And then Arsenal then bid for him, and I swear to God if we get pied again. And then there were more rumours for bids of Kamara, and Raspadori finally gained a work permit to join the club. Declan Rice was delighted to join us. Unlucky Arsenal. And finally, we got rid of Alex Telles. Tariq Lamptey at Brighton is unhappy and wants to move to a bigger club after Brighton's relegation, with £38 million being the price. Varane is set to miss the start of the season, but we signed Lamptey. We faced Liverpool in the Community Shield, and after Declan Rice gifted Salah his goal, we produced a fantastic comeback. Rashford got the second with a glorious top corner finish, and Inacio made it 3-1 with a powerful header. And then we beat Arsenal 1-0 through Raspadori. But we had David De Gea to thank after he made 10 saves at the Emirates. The Diamond then came back against Leicester and Jadon Sancho turned up. He scored a 21-minute hat-trick, including this incredible solo goal, picking the ball up on the halfway line. 5-2 win, happy days. I then accepted a £10 million offer from Bayern Munich for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and both him and James Garner left the club, which gave me £30 million, which I think I might leave until January. Our Champions League draw, and we cannot complain too much. 2 offers come in, and I decided to accept the £46 million bid for Dominguez and reject the loan offer for Donny. Dominguez is off to PSG, and the board add another £35 million to our budget. But I'm actually quite happy with the squad for now, and maybe look at the situation again in January. We spent over £200 million this summer, but we received £172 million in transfers out. definitely the best window that we've had so far for this rebuild. September was great. We only dropped 2 points to Brentford, but we did beat City 2-1. And then Raspadori scored 4 in a 6-2 victory against Liverpool. Oh, Eric, you beautiful, bold man. October sees us win 2 from 3 in the league and take a 1-0 loss to Barcelona through Lewandowski. We played Chelsea in November and we took a 2-0 lead through Rashford and Bruno. After Osimhen's tap-in, Ronaldo scored a penalty to make it 3-1, but with 5 minutes to go, Kante broke through to make it 3-2, and in the 93rd minute, an injured Coman scored the equaliser. The rest of the month, however, was a bit up and down with another loss to Barcelona, but 2 more league wins, and Eric used the narrow diamond twice. December, however, was amazing, with a total of 8 wins from 9 games, only drawing to Spurs 0-0. And this sees us top of the Premier League with Liverpool chasing us, but somehow we dropped out of the Champions League because Eintracht Frankfurt drew with Barcelona, which means we dropped into Europa League and set to face AZ Alkmaar from the Netherlands. I then took a look at Bologna's defender Thiat. Asked his agent, who told us he had a £46 million release clause, which I was actually happy to activate. With other clubs interested, I didn't want to annoy him too much and settled on a very reasonable contract. But then Newcastle also made an offer. Klopp then won Manager of the Month, with Eric finishing second despite having that incredible December month. Thiat then wanted an improved deal because of all the interest elsewhere. Fair enough. I want this player. I accepted. And then he signed. It might be Ronaldo's last season before he leaves or maybe retires, but he still got it, scoring 5 goals and an 8-1 league victory against West Brom, including 4 goals just in the first half. This whilst Erik ten Hag implemented his narrow diamond again. January started with a loss, but we picked up win after win from that and remained top of the league, and even won a semi-final tie against Leicester in the League Cup. February seen only 1 loss in the league to Leicester and 7 wins in the league, FA Cup and both legs of the Europa League. But the next match is the cup final versus Chelsea. And with a front 3 of Lukaku, Victor Osimhen and Karim Adeyemi, we took them to extra time where Ronaldo scored the opener. Ahmad scored a second for us and Kante scored a late consolation. The Carabao Cup was ours. We only played 2 games in the league this month, and after another 2 in the FA Cup, both ending in victories. In the Europa League, we drew against Porto, and after the first leg 1-0 win, we went to Portugal and scored 3 in a row to put us through 4-1 on aggregate. And April looked tricky, including Atletico Madrid in the Europa quarters and Newcastle in the FA Cup semi-final. All this while being 4 points ahead in the league. Eric was going for the quadruple. The FA Cup semi-final seen Ronaldo score on the 26th minute, and Malacia hit a screamer to put us into the FA Cup final. After a first leg 2-1 win, Atletico equalised on aggregate in Madrid. But this team doesn't give up, and Bruno Fernandes scored a penalty and Raspadori 5-1 in 2 minutes later to take us into the semis. 2 losses in the league, however, to Chelsea and City, which brought us back down to earth. And down the table, into second place, 1 point behind Chelsea, but with a game in hand. Shakhtar awaited us in the semi-final of Europa League, and City in the FA Cup final. We then defeated Shakhtar 4-0 in both legs, with a 39-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo getting a brace and Raspadori capitalising on a defensive clanger. A draw to Newcastle and a 3-0 loss to Liverpool. It looked like we were going to go and bottle the league once again. Eric reverted back to his diamond formation, and after a 3-0 win to Wolves, we were just 1 point behind Chelsea going into the final game. But with it out of our hands, we did our part and we defeated Brentford 4-1 with Ronaldo yet again scoring 2 goals in Eric's diamond formation. But Chelsea faced a tricky Wolves, who needed something to gain a European spot. And after Chelsea took the early lead, Wolves fought back. They made it 2-1 through Raul Jimenez. Chelsea equalised and pushed for a third, but unfortunately for them, that goal came for Wolves instead through Pedro Neto. Chelsea knew a draw wasn't good enough. After 11 years, Manchester United finally lift the Premier League once again. But now it's time for the FA Cup. Vincent Kompany's Manchester City played a 4-4-2 and Dalot exploited the channel to smash in the opener in the final. A deep free kick from Fernandes seen Kamara double our lead, and it was too late for City. Walker's late goal wasn't enough and we lifted the FA Cup trophy and the domestic treble. Can Erik ten Hag win the quadruple and lift the Europa League? Well, our opponents were Vincent Kompany's Manchester City, 4 days after the FA Cup final. We took the lead after Musiala's mazy run found Fernandes, who fired in a 20-yard strike. But David De Gea had a howler and got caught sleeping for the City equaliser. And unfortunately, Pavard scored the winner to stop the quadruple. But 3 trophies and a Europa League runners-up isn't too bad, Eric, but we want that Champions League. The Champions League that Chelsea just lost in the final to Bayern Munich. Quite a bad season for them. So enjoy your holiday, Eric. And what will this man do now? Age 39. Retire? Well, if the next episode is out, you can find out by clicking on the screen right now. If not, subscribe so you don't miss it.